Okay, so good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. You're welcome to this week's Forex Outlook with Great White FX for the 12th to 16th of February 2024. As always, we're going to start off with the economic calendar. And looking at the economic calendar, we seem to have a lot of red flag news going into the new week. We have core CPI. That's on Tuesday. That's going to be very, very, very interesting because the CPI is also as volatile as FOMC and the non-farm payroll. So those are three very, very important news for the dollar index. So since we have CPI on Tuesday, it's going to be very, very interesting. Then we have Bank of England governor is speaking on Wednesday. GDP for pound on Thursday. Core retail sales on Thursday for the dollar and unemployment claims. Then core PPI. We have lots of high impact news going into this new week, but we don't have any rate news. But we have other high impact news. So as always, we're going to start off with US 100, the dollar index, the Euro USD, the GBP USD, dollar, gold, euro, pound, yen, and euro yen. So starting off with US 100, you can see that this pair is very, very bullish. And it's going into areas it's not been in a very long while. We just had a break above 17,661. We had a break here, but the retracement was shallow. Price did not drop back into the range. So we've had a break here. So going into this new week on US 100, the possibility exists that we might see a bit of a retracement probably into this structure point here and a continuation to the upside. That is, as long as 17,11,7 holds, as long as this low holds on price, this pair is still bullish. But if this is looking at this pair, this is what we're expecting next week. A little retracement and a move to the upside. But if you get something like this, a close below here on at least the 4-hour time frame, then most likely you're going to see something like this. But as long as this low holds, price is still bullish. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the dollar index. The dollar index is still bullish, but it's in a bit of a retracement. If we go into the weekly, price rallied into the equilibrium of this weekly fair value gap, and we can see the long wick rejection to the upside. We can see the long wick rejection to the upside. If we go into the daily, we can see that we've had a break above 104.26. So price is just consolidating above this previous range that price broke above. So going into this 4-hour, the possibility exists that we might see something like this. We might see a little bit of a pullback and then a continuation to the upside on the dollar index. So that's what we'll be waiting for going into the new week. A move down and then a continuation back to the upside. The next one we're going to be looking at is the Euro USD. The Euro USD is still bearish. It's still bearish, but we are in a correction to the upside. So we might see price come into this 4-hour fair value gap or here before a continuation back to the downside, because we have what looks like equal lows here. The next one we're going to be looking at is the pound dollar. The pound dollar, the same view. This is bearish, but we are in a corrective move into this imbalance here. So we might see a move in the rejection, then a move back to the downside on the pound dollar. So this is bearish, but we are in a bullish correction. Gold is in a range. For now, it's in a range, but still tilted to the downside. Going into this new week, since price didn't take out this low, the possibility exists that we might see a bit of a retracement to the upside before it moves back down. So price is between 2044.65 to 2014.96. So those are the 2 points on the gold. So gold, if price sweeps this low and gives a bullish evidence, you can take a long back into the range going into the new week. The next pair we're going to be looking at is Euro Pound. Euro Pound, this pair is still bearish. It's still pretty much bearish, but it's in a consolidation above this level here. It's in a consolidation. You can see after closing below this level, it's been in a consolidation. So the fact exists that we might see a bit of a retracement on this pair. So what will be the early warning that that has happened if you get something like this, maybe a pullback? Once you get a close above 0.8547, then you know that you might see a pullback, then a continuation to the upside. But this pair is still bearish. We might just see a retracement and they move back down. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the pound yen. Pound yen is still very much bullish. If we look at it from the weekly, it's still very bullish, but we have this level here, 18.81. There has been nobody close above it, and see, that's not a good sign. But this pair is still bullish. Even this high here, there has been nobody close above it. If we go into the daily, you can see that price rallied, didn't close, came back into it again on Friday. I think that move on Friday gave a little bit of a reaction before price came back. So looking at this pair is still bullish. You'll be watching 187.73 to 186.17. If there's a retracement, this will be where you'll be looking for a long opportunity to continue back to the upside. As you can see, we have a change of character above here. So you wait for a retracement and a continuation to the upside. The last but not the least, the Euro Yen, the same principle. We have a change of character here. So you'll be waiting for a retracement between 160.27 to 158.91 for a continuation back to either 161.27 or this equal highs here. Any questions? Any questions before we call it the night? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, any questions? Okay, so in the absence of...
Can you review the gold again briefly, please? Is it still bearish?
Gold is slightly bearish, but tilted. It's in a range.
That's why last week was really horrible for me.
Yes,
but on Friday, thank God, I covered a little bit.
Yes, it's in a range. So we'll be watching to see what they do at this low, 2020 and 2014. We'll be watching either of these lows. If you notice, price did not close below 2020. So it might retrace, but we'll be watching it to see on Monday. I'll keep you guys updated.
Okay.
So in the absence of any question, I wish everybody a beautiful night's sleep, a lovely weekend, and a blessed trading week ahead. Good night, everybody.
Good night.